Here's your daily news roundup from 97.9 WGBW.
From the 97.9 WGBW newsroom, I'm Connie Fellman with this local news update. With these dangerously cold temperatures outside, it's more important than ever that everyone has a place to go to warm up. Green Bay has several warming centers right now, including the new community shelter on Mather Street, St. John's Homeless Shelter on St. John Street, and the Salvation Army on Union Court. Warming shelters each have their own hours and availability, so you may want to check ahead. If you need someplace to go, you can also call, text, or chat with 211, or contact your local health department or police station. A former Green Bay area fast food manager will spend the next couple decades behind bars after pleading no contest to multiple charges of sexual assault of a child and other related felonies. 40-year-old Joshua Johnson of De Pere was sentenced in Brown County Court last Friday. The criminal complaint outlines Johnson's offenses against 3 teen girls who worked for him at 2 different restaurants. All 3 were 15 years old when the assaults happened. The victims worked where Johnson was a manager at Culver's on Velp Avenue in Swamico and Fast Freddy's near Costco in Bellevue. Judge Tammy Jo Hawk sentenced Johnson to 25 years in prison, followed by 15 years of extended supervision. Right now, we are in the most difficult stretch of winter weather so far this winter, according to local forecasters. Blustery winds brought in the Arctic air over the weekend, and the cold weather advisory continues this morning. Wind chills today are expected to be between negative 15 and minus 25 degrees below zero. Any exposed skin can freeze in less than a half hour in these temps, so bundle up if you need to spend any time outdoors today. The winds should die down by this afternoon as temps climb up a bit, making things a little more bearable, but it'll be back to the brutal cold again later in the week. We'll have the latest coming up in the forecast. One of our own hometown girls from Pulaski will be competing on the world's biggest stage for the second time in this year's Winter Olympics. The U.S. Biathlon International Competition Committee announced Deidre Irwin has been named to represent Team USA this year. During the Olympic Games in Beijing in 2022, Irwin placed 7th in the women's individual, marking the best ever Olympic finish by an American biathlete. The 2026 Olympic Games will be held in northern Italy next month. Another female champion took home the trophy this weekend, becoming the first woman to win the Wisconsin State Championship in pinball. Cassidy Milanowski competed against 24 pinball wizards last weekend in De Pere at the State Pinball Championship. The top 24 finalists have been competing all year, rising to the ranks to make it to last Saturday's competition. Milanowski beat out 2-time state champion Tom Graff to take the title. With news at the top and bottom of the hour, all day and on demand anytime at WGBW.FM, I'm Connie Fellman, 97.9 WGBW News.
Jeff Hafley to Miami. Hi, I'm Mike Clemens with Sports NFL. After 2 years in Green Bay, defensive coordinator Jeff Hafley is the new head coach of the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, Packers tight end Tucker Kraft, recovering from ACL surgery, talked about what he and Micah Parsons are going through.
Before the surgery and something Micah's going through right now, it is very painful. I don't wish it upon anyone that the first 3 weeks post-surgery is just... Yeah, it's tough.
College football, Indiana celebrating their first national championship, beating Miami 27-21. NBA, the Bucks at home tomorrow night against the Thunder. They beat the Hawks in Atlanta 112-110. Marquette winning in overtime over Providence 105-104. Freshman Nigel James with a season-high 38 points.
Not everybody's made for, that role to be the floor leader, the guy that's attacking, the guy that's got the ball in his hands when it matters most. NJ is made for that.
That's Golden Eagles coach Shaka Smart with Sports. I'm Mike Clemens.
I'm meteorologist Mace Michaels. Cold weather advisory continues this morning for bitter cold wind chills colder than 20 below. Increasing clouds today, a high in the low teens. Snow showers tonight and tomorrow. Low tonight in the low teens, high tomorrow in the low 20s.
That's your Green Bay News Roundup from 97.9 WGBW. Subscribe to this podcast on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts. And find more news anytime at WGBW.FM.